In every generation, there comes a motorcycle that doesn't just roll on the roads, it rewrites the laws of speed, sound, and soul. Tonight, that legend awakens. The city sleeps, but the night isn't silent anymore. A low growl echoes through the streets. Not a car, not a storm, but something far more alive. The Shadow Knight 600 has arrived. This isn't a bike you see, it's a bike you feel. When it approaches, lights dim, hearts race, and even the wind seems to whisper, it's here. Because the Shadow Knight 600 isn't built to be noticed, it's built to be remembered. Imagine a machine carved from midnight itself. Sleek, muscular, and fierce, wrapped in obsidian black with streaks of glowing red veins that pulse like a heartbeat. This bike looks like it was designed in the dreams of chaos and perfection. The kind of machine that doesn't just move, it hunts. Under that sculpted armor sleeps a 600cc liquid-cooled parallel twin engine, but don't let the numbers fool you. This engine isn't made for comfort, it's engineered for command. Push the ignition, and it doesn't just start, it awakens. The roar it gives isn't sound, it's language. The language of dominance. 78 horsepower surges forward, pulling you from 0 to 100 in 3.2 seconds, fast enough to leave the world behind and slow enough to make you savor every scream of that exhaust. Every twist of the throttle feels like an argument with gravity, and you always win. The torque doesn't just pull, it punches. The exhaust note shifts with your mood, a deep growl at low RPM, a wild scream at high revs. This isn't a bike, it's a soundtrack to your rebellion. But Shadow Knight 600 isn't about raw power alone. It's about precision. The engineers didn't just build it, they tuned it like an instrument. The lightweight diamond chassis wraps around you, creating perfect control. Every curve you take feels like the road is bowing to your will. Dual-channel ABS and cornering traction control give you the freedom to dance on the edge of danger, and never fall off. And then there's the design. Pure aggression, sculpted for speed. The aerodynamic wings on its side don't just look cool, they slice, drag, and stabilize your ride at high speeds. The front profile, sharp and angular, carries a predator's face. Twin LED eyes stare ahead, glowing red in the dark, your silent warning to anyone who dares to share the lane. The Shadow Knight 600 isn't meant for daylight. It was born in the dark, and in the dark, it rules. The black matte finish doesn't shine, it absorbs light. When you move through city streets at night, it's as if you disappear into the shadows. All that remains is your roar echoing through alleyways and empty highways. Let's talk comfort. The seat, sculpted perfectly to lock you in place even at high-speed leans, is built from memory tech fabric that adapts to your weight and posture. It keeps you cool on hot rides and warm on cold nights. The handlebars sit wide and low, giving you both power and control. Every inch of this machine whispers, "I've got you." Now, here's where the Shadow truly earns its name, the hidden features. This isn't your typical 600cc sports machine. Beneath that dark fairing hides one of the most advanced AI-integrated EQ systems in the segment, the ShadowLink. This technology connects your bike to your helmet, your phone, even your smartwatch. Imagine getting real-time data on your visor, speed, tire pressure, lean angle, weather alerts, and traffic updates, all projected holographically as you ride. Then comes Midnight Mode, a stealth technology designed for those who love the art of silence. Hit the switch, and the exhaust note fades to a low, stealthy hum. The lighting dims, the dashboard glows blood red, and you become one with the night. No sound, no light, no trace, just you and the road. And for those who live for power, the Rage mode unleashes the bike's full potential. It adjusts the EQ mapping, opens the exhaust valves fully, and tightens throttle response. The result, every twist becomes an explosion. Every straight road becomes a runway. You don't ride, you take off. Shadow Knight 600's braking system doesn't just stop, it commands you to halt. Dual 320mm discs at the front with 4-piston calipers, a 240mm rear disc, and race-grade brake pads give you confidence at any speed. The suspension setup, inverted USD forks in the front, monoshock at the rear, are fully adjustable, letting you set your ride exactly how you like it. Smooth city cruise or aggressive track run, one turn of the knob changes everything. And what's a Shadow without its aura? The lighting system on the Shadow Knight 600 is a masterpiece of motion. Adaptive cornering LEDs turn with your lean, ensuring every curve is lit before you even enter it. The tail light glows like a streak of fire, not just a signal, but a signature. People don't forget that glow disappearing into the night. Inside, the cockpit is futuristic. A 6.5-inch TFT display that reacts to light and gesture. Tap twice or just say, "Shadow," display ride stats, and the AI responds. Navigation, calls, messages, even music, all integrated seamlessly. And if your phone battery dies, the bike has its own internal hotspot for emergency navigation. Because the night doesn't forgive the unprepared. Now, let's get real. Price. Power and precision like this come at a cost. The base variant of the Shadow Knight 600 launches at $10,499, with the Premium Phantom Edition starting at $12,299. But what you're buying isn't just a bike, you're buying identity. A statement that says you don't chase trends, you create them. And yes, there's a limited run variant, the Stealth Black Signature Edition. Only 300 units worldwide. Each bike laser marked with its number and the owner's name on the fuel tank. Every unit comes with a digital certificate and a lifetime membership to the Shadow Riders Global Club, where legends don't meet online, they meet on the road. What makes the Shadow Knight 600 addictive is not its speed, it's the feeling. When you hit that throttle, the world bends. Streetlights stretch into streaks. The road becomes a blur. The only real thing is your heartbeat syncing with the engine. And when you stop, silence feels incomplete, as if the night is waiting for you to start again. The bike isn't for everyone. It's not for those who play it safe. It's not for those who fear attention or speed. The Shadow Knight 600 is for the few who crave dominance, who thrive on adrenaline, and who see the night not as darkness, but as freedom. And maybe that's why riders who own it say, "I didn't buy the Shadow chose me." Every machine has a story. But the Shadow Knight 600 has a soul. You don't ride it, you merge with it. The moment your gloved fingers touch the throttle, it knows who you are. It senses your confidence, your hunger, your fear, and answers with one question: are you ready to rule? Because when you ride this, you don't just move through space, you move through time. Every kilometer feels like a memory carved into the night. Every rev is a heartbeat echoing through eternity. And when you finally pull over, engine cooling, city lights flickering around you, you look at it. That silent, dark figure beside you. And you realize something no one tells you about power. Once you taste it, you can't live without it. The Shadow Knight 600 isn't a bike. It's a promise. That you'll never settle for ordinary. That you'll always chase the edge. That you'll own the road, not borrow it. Music swells. Voice grows powerful. So when you see it parked, alone under the streetlight, glowing faintly in the darkness, don't mistake it for a machine. That's not steel and rubber standing there. That's rage, freedom, and soul, waiting to wake again. Because the Shadow never dies. It waits, it listens, and when the night calls, it rides again. So if you ever hear that distant growl echoing through the city, don't look for it. You won't see it, just feel the wind on your neck, the vibration in the ground, and know, the Shadow is passing by. Shadow Knight 600, born from darkness. Built for dominance. Made for those who dare.